Hi guys, thanks for joining my YouTube channel. Well guys, the latest update on Melody Shari is she has sought out counsel from an attorney by the name of Lisa Bloom. We know that Melody has her attorney that she continuously works with, who has handled her custody cases and other cases that she has had, but she has gone out to Lisa Bloom, which is a huge entertainment lawyer. She said she focuses on victims for justice, victims of discrimination, harassment, abuse. She does a free confidential case review. So Melody has been speaking with Lisa Bloom in regards to this. We know that Melody Shari has indicated that she has been working on this well over a year. We also got information regarding this situation from Martel, saying that the judge already looked at this situation and felt like he did not do anything criminal. Okay, so we see that he was still able to keep his same custody agreement. So we don't know what evidence the judge took into consideration when deciding those factors. I'm appalled and almost shocked that Melody does not have some sort of protection against her kids being around Ariane Curry. Some sort of, she's never harmed her or did anything to her. She has mentally, but some sort of, I don't know. I don't know if it could be an auto protection, but there must be something that she can do to keep Martel from having Ariane babysit her kids and even be around them. Can you imagine what those kids must go through, feeling like perhaps they may need to pick a side, or hearing all of what they have heard about Ariane Curry? Yes, still loving their brother, but having to deal with the mother smiling up in her face. It's been said that she's been out shopping more than one time with Melody's eldest daughter, Mariah. We know Mariah is very privy to what's been going on. I believe she is the one that was screaming when they were in the car and she saw Ariane at the hotel with Martel. This is some sort of abuse here. Something in this factor is abusive. You understand? Yes, Martel is a man. Yes, he is a single man. He's going to do what he wants to do. But somehow things should have been stipulated in these court documents, in some sort of documentation, the whole situation regarding Ariane Curry, regarding the Holt's marriage, all of the paper trail. This should have been documented to where she doesn't have access to their kids, because we see now that she's using Mel's kids against her. You understand? Telling a mother that your child is at a cousin's house while we're out having fun. I fought Martel 100% for that, and he's despicable for doing that. Why would you leave your son, Tank, at a cousin's house while you guys are out doing extracurricular activities, having fun? You're the dad. You make the decisions. I don't care if he wanted to stay there or not. And then for Ariane to throw that up in Melody's face when she indicated that it was 5 kids. And, Melody questioned the fact of her not being able to count, because where's Paris? We know Paris spends a lot of time with her dad in Birmingham. I don't believe he has custody of her, but he probably gets her summers, weekends. I know he does spend a lot of time with his daughter, which is excellent. We also know that by Arionne's own admission that Paris recently had a baptism. I believe it was last week or the week before. Now, I don't know if she initiated that baptism or if her dad initiated, that baptism. We don't know if Ariane goes to church on Sundays or, if she belongs to a church, but perhaps it's her dad who set up for her to be baptized. And, she said she was going to be there, I believe, on a Sunday. So that's that. The major piece is her throwing the kids up in Melody's face, telling Melody, oh, it's 5 of us, call the girls, tell the girls good night, as if it was a girls' night out. We know that Knox was there, because he is the baby, but all the other kids was girls, including her daughter, Paris. So we know that Paris was there. And again, we don't know, because again, like I said, I wish Melody would just ignore Ariane Curry, because this is what Ariane Curry wants. I know Melody is going to do what she wants to do, and she is fed up. She has a right to be fed up, and she's sick of it. But Ariane wants every opportunity to have something to put out or to say about Melody. We don't even know if she was lying. Her word is not bond. She could have been lying about being with Martel and being with the kids. We didn't see any evidence or proof of that. Not that she has to give us any, but her word is not bond. She's going to say whatever she feels like she needs to say to eat, however those kids say it. To have one up on Melody. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But however, again, Martel is always quiet, somewhere in the bushes, acting a fool while all this stuff is going on, never coming out defending the situation. Carlos King is quiet. I said he came out of hiding. He, he came out of his quiet place saying something silly like, oh, let me know when there's breaking news, with all this going on around him. And folks are saying, I had a commenter say, what do we expect Carlos King to do? And I need you guys to answer that question. I'm going to answer that question by saying Carlos King has an obligation, not only to Melody, but to the women, to the women who have suffered this sort of abuse, DV, and all of this stuff. He has an obligation. You want to use this as a human interest story, you want to use this as a storyline, then you have an obligation to speak on it. You have an obligation to say how wrong it is, how there's nothing right about it. Whether you know the truth or not, whether you know the whole story or not, you speak against any sort of abuse that takes place on women or men. But you have an obligation to these people who are reliving things that they have endured, things they've experienced in their life because of this television show, because you wanted to make it a storyline. You wanted to bring Kimmy and Maurice out. Again, they had to agree to it, but you wanted to bring the whole storyline to blended families and blended co-parenting and so on and so forth. And so you brought Kiowa back in to address this situation with Monster and her son. You want the people to have a relatable story, fine. But when it's something like what Melody has gone through or is going through, you have to address it. You have to address it. No, I know it's hard for you not to take a side, and you don't want to take a side and so on and so forth, but you have to speak out against it. The other piece I wanted to speak about, guys, is that, yes, we know Melody said she has been dealing with this situation for well over a year. And I really pray and hope, more so pray, that this is not a troubling situation for Melody to address with the law because of their life being so public on television and on the internet. That's what I'm assuming the judge took into consideration when she didn't feel like, nothing criminal could come of this, when she still allowed Martel to have the joint custody, and for her to make the statement that she made with Melody not having the best interest for the kids. I think she pretty much eluded this situation, or made it lighter than what we know it is. Whether it's a criminal offense, whether it's a criminal case or not, it still can be a civil case, and she could sue Martel and Ariane. We know that Ariane admitted to having access or seeing the video. Again, she could have lied about that, but why would she? You understand? And she said, pretty much probably to cover herself, that I would never do that to any woman, let alone Melody, but I wouldn't do it to any woman. The only thing she's ever done that was not morally correct was to date and see a married man. And so she, seems to believe, or feels like her morals are intact. Okay. She may have discussed it, being angry at Martel. It wasn't really clear what she was saying, if she did speak about it with this girl or not, but we know she did speak about it with her. So guys, that is the latest update. Melody said they are going to jail. She has been putting up subliminal things indicating that Martel and Ariane will be arrested, will be going to jail. She has been putting out things like that. So again, we know, if lawyers don't have to take a case, if they don't find that they can win a case, if they don't think that there's enough evidence, or they can't win a case, they won't take a case. So a lot of times you have to sort out different lawyers, giving them your information. We also know that Carson has started contacting attorneys to sue Martel and Ariane as well for defamation and perhaps some criminal activity. Okay, because we heard the last live when Ariane was speaking with a Straight No Chaser. She said that Carson tried to mess around with Marceau. Even though she had done Letitia's hair, she was trying to, see what she can get going with Marceau. Again, this is hearsay, this is alleged, but Carson, of course, she got wind of it. She's made privy to it, because we know that there are people who screenshot and screen record everything and send it to the individuals. They send Ariane stuff as well as Melody and everybody else on the cast, and Carson was not happy about it. She denied those allegations 100%, saying that that is false, that is not true, that Ariane and Martel is just trying to smear her name because of the information that she gave Melody Shari. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.